All right. Hello, all. Thank you very much for inviting us. And we are very happy because this is our first show together. We have been giving a lot of shows individually. So this is the first show together as spiritual masters. We are giving it together. And thank you, the entire team of PSSM USA, Digital Conscious Parenting Summit, all the members who have been behind the screen was doing a fantabulous job to educate people. And today we are here to share our own personal experiences. We are not going to give 1 hour of lecture how to bring up the kids, but we will share what experiences we have. And of course, more than me, Anita knows more because she's a mother. And through her, I learned so many things about parenting. And okay, so let's start.
Yeah, namaste all. Thank you for this great opportunity. So I have started meditation in the year 2002. First of all, my pranams to my Guruji Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji, who is my great father, universal father, who who has introduced me this wonderful meditation, which is a gift of my life. Because meditation has changed me a lot. It taught me how to live, enjoy every moment. So through when I have started meditation, I have lot of fears, so many unwanted things, tensions, fears, so many unwanted stuff. Not having clarity of life, what to do, how to go ahead. So meditation gave me a route to clear all the fears, unwanted fears about many things, about marriage, health, um, like that, many things. So I never had, like, seeing the society, I never had a thought of getting married. I thought, why to get married and have lot of issues, problems. So always I used to think I should read well and have good job and serve people. That was my vision before meditation. So after coming into meditation, I heard from Patriji many times that only through samsara we get nirvana. So from that, I have started changing my wrong beliefs in me. Then I had a wonderful thought that I I should get married to only a spiritual master who is also a vegetarian. So Edbhavam Tadbhavati we say. So whatever I thought, the way I have met Ayappa,
That's me.
and it was a beautiful journey. So we have been like a friends, and it has opened up so many things, and it gave us a lot of opportunities also to work and get satisfied. After 5 years of our married life, wonderful married life, we have planned for a baby. So we have done it with lot of interest, with lot of happiness. We have welcomed the baby. So before that, I have read few books on many topics I have read. In that, I got more attracted towards the life of Torkom Saradarian. It's a 2000 pages book, but it's so interesting. His life is always their parents used to take him, his father especially, used to take him to nature every Sunday and leave him there. Not in the nature means it's a forest. They used to go to forest. His father used to read a book, and Torkom Saradharan used to connect with nature. And he used to learn everything. He learned music through nature with the waterfall sound, bird sounds, the wind from the trees. So like that, he learned everything from nature, and he has become a beautiful spiritual scientist. That really has attracted me. And after that, I had got an opportunity to listen to many experiences of Patriji's mother, Savitri Devi, through her daughter, Sudha Madam. I was really inspired the way Patriji's mother has took care of all the children, having so many works, but still with a lot of love, interest, dedication, a lot of patience. She has taken care of all the kids, and being artisticness that I've learned from her. In every work she does, she has done it. She used to do it very artistically, very differently all the time. So like this, through many books I've got insights, and I want to always have instinct to learn more about what is pregnancy, how to take care of a kid, because kids are the future for this generation. So it's a very important topic to know about it. So I have seen many, like a few videos, 4 5 videos of Dr. Lakshmi Newton, and also I have gone through this ISP program, Infant Siddha program. So from that also I've collected few points, and finally we have planned for a baby after 5 years. So it was a beautiful journey, planning for the baby. And when both um, mother and father, both the parents, are very friendly, happy, and conscious, then obviously the higher souls will choose us. So I was very conscious from the moment of conception. So I know what is happening inside me. Through the regular practice of meditation, we can be so conscious, so aware of whatever is happening inside us and outside us. So I was so connected with my inner during that period also. And it was a beautiful journey.
So I would start from my own childhood. So when I was born, when I came out of my mother, I searched for my mother and father. Only my mother was there, my father was not there. He was in other city. I came to know about that later, but I saw through my third eye experience when I went back, my father was somewhere and all his sisters lied to him that there's no son, it's a daughter. So he got very upset, and he delayed coming and to see me. So I got very much angry when I was born because my father delayed because he thought I'm a girl. It's okay. In India, boy is given higher privilege, girls are given second privilege. So he is a normal businessman. It's okay. But that anger that he delayed coming and looking at me was there from day one. I was very much shocked when I saw this in my meditation, that I always used to avoid my father. I don't know why. He was a very busy businessman, but always I used to avoid him. I was not able to connect closely to him. But once I sat in meditation to see why, then I really understood that he delayed wantedly not seeing me. That anger, that search of the mother and father. Then I understood a baby when it is born, it looks for mother and father. So it is a duty of every mother and father to be around the baby. And I was so lucky when Anita was delivering the baby. The doctor allowed me inside the operation theater, and I was there when the baby was coming out, and the tears started flowing when I look at that creation, how it is happening. It was such a beautiful experience, and I made sure I am with my baby, with both of us, not what happened to me 38 years ago. So this is my first experience as a kid. Second, I always missed my father right from my childhood because he is 6 days. He goes to the business at 8 o'clock morning, and night I don't know what time he comes out. And Sunday half a day is invisible. Only the second half of Sundays I used to see him. That too, we are in a joint family. There's no private time. It's a very restricted. You might have seen this Telugu movie Surya Vamsham. So that's the same story that happened in my family. I always tell people they took that movie after looking at my family. So we don't have right to express anything. It's a very old Indian joint family, I can say. So I had very less time to spend with my dad. Very few moments, I can say. So my entire childhood, I was longing for that, and I never got it. So these things, it may sound simple, but as a kid, they get hurt deeply, and that happened to me. So all those things, since I saw in meditation, I am ensuring the same thing doesn't happen to my kid. And I always tell people, give at least a little time, not a great time, if it is not possible. Give little attention to them, which I always try to give to my kid. And this is about my childhood and Amara's. I would like to tell one more thing. Once I was astral traveling, I went deep inside the sea. I went into the bottom rock of the ocean. I was standing there. There was nothing visible. So I was just looking at the water. There were a few fishes. Then I know there is some other dimension which will open only after a while. I was standing there. I was looking closely. Then I saw a pyramid slowly got revealed, and there was a door. There were some beings who was looking from a far distance. And the moment they came to know that I am a disciple of Patriji, they all came to me and said, "Come, we are waiting for you." They took me inside the pyramid. There were seashells, which is of around 2 feet, closed. I asked, "What is this?" They said, "Open it." When I opened it, I saw small babies, full of babies. That pyramid had full of babies. I was wonderstruck. How do you store all these things here? Who are they? They said, "These are all angelic babies from the very higher dimension. They are all waiting to be born in the earth, but they are not able to find the right womb." So that was the another message I got. We always wish for greater babies to come. No problem in that. I don't say no. But you must transform yourself to a level where those energy you can withstand. We have to work on all our energy patterns, our emotions, our fear zones. So the moment our bodies are ready to a certain level, if the right food has to be eaten, it has to be eaten, because this is nothing but the byproduct of the food we eat, this Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. So people ignore what, so microwave oven, okay, let us eat. Somewhere here, air, garlic, mushroom. No. If you are absolutely following the principles of the food, then this body becomes so energetic that it gives and call for the higher babies. They are there. They don't want to get into any womb they want. They want to ensure their energies, the mother and father together, can sustain. And when they are born, they need freedom. Remember this. They need freedom to do for what they are born. If a parent, always we wish for higher masters to come, but if you are not ready to give that freedom to the kid, they will be leave us, or they will not even come to the womb. So this is my experience when I saw in the underbed of the sea that so many indigo children were ready to be born. And then once when Anita was walking, all of a sudden with my physical eyes I saw there was a transparent baby who is around her womb. It is moving from the shoulder to the leg to the womb. I said, "Don't move, just wait. I'm just looking into something." And then when I closely watched, the small face turned towards me, and then I understood it is the baby. When I showed my hand, the baby started coming to me, and then it started enjoying and revolving like a squirrel. You put it in your body, it goes all around your body. So that baby was turning, and then it went back to the mother. So it is so clear that even before the conception happens, the soul comes and it stays with the mother. It stays with the mother. It understands the mother energy. It understands the father energy. It understands the environment. It understands who are the relatives. It understands the entire frequencies, and they change their soul plan accordingly because they are not yet born. So much planning they do. We think we do so much planning, but when they are about to be born, they look into so many Akashic records of the mother and father. They look into their Akashic records. It has to match. When they were about to be born, they see whether I'll be able to fulfill why I am born. So many factors, if they match, only then the baby chooses you. And once the baby chooses, it is no guarantee that the baby will enter your womb. our spiritual fundamentals has to be very, very strong. The more fundamentally you are strong, mentally, physically, intellectually, spiritually, you follow all these things, and the more dedicated you are, you give way for the higher babies to be born. So when they are born, in my experience, I'm always in connection with my baby even before he entered Anita's womb. So around February, in the February month, so we decided to give a birth to the baby. And we know at the third month after you conceive, the soul starts entering into parts. But here, what happened, it's in a February, so in the month of May, it was the third month. So we both went to Pyramid Valley, and it is a Buddha Purnima event. So when we sat in the crowd, Patriji was in the stage and Anita was sitting like around 10 or 15th row. So when he was playing the flute, I went into the trance and I clearly saw a wide beam of light from Patriji's flute. It started entering into her womb. Then I understood the soul has started entering through his energies. So that was my third eye vision. So when I know that the soul has entered, from that day, there's a lot of changes in her. I always used to communicate with the baby. I can understand not only Anita's, but at least I know I would have had around 20 to 30 experiences of talking to the babies who is inside the mother wombs. I remember way back in 2004, there's a lady called Chandrakala in Chennai. She's pregnant. And then she sat with me, and all of a sudden I went into trance. The baby started giving me messages, ask my mom to talk less, ask my mom to listen to more music. And she was giving all the suggestion what I have to tell to the mom. I asked the baby, why don't you tell? She said, only you can hear me. And then the baby said, on a particular date, it is going to be born. So I said, this is what the messages I got. So this is what I'm going to tell you. And on that same date, it was evening 6 o'clock. There was no pains. So they were wondering, Ayappa told this date, the baby is not born. The doctor left. And after the doctor left, she got pains and the baby got delivered. So at the fourth month, the baby gave me a message at what date the baby is going to come out. Understand this point. Even before 5 months, the baby is going to be born. The babies know on which date it is going to come. But unfortunately, all these C-sections, I am totally against it. It is against the will of the baby. The mother, of course, obviously, they have to take care not to put overweight. But the babies want to come in a natural way. They will decide which date, which time they want to come out. So we should not interfere even at that point of time. And when the babies decide which parents they want, they choose. Baby chooses. We cannot choose the baby because our babies are always higher masters. Amara is my Guruji in my past life. So it was a very difficult situation for me. If I am angry on him, should I see him as a kid or see him as my Guru? So it is a very pathetic situation for me. So better I decided I'll be a friend with him. So all the disciplining activities, it goes to the mother. So these are my fundamental things which I have learned is how the baby chooses and when it is born and from what kind of babies are readily available to be born. So as a conscious parenting, the conscious parenting is what? Everybody does unconscious parenting. Okay, we have to get married. Okay, make sex. Okay, give birth. They will just be born. They grow up and they get married and go. So this is unconscious. Unconscious living and unconscious parenting and everything is unconscious. Conscious is we are aware. The entire meditation and spirituality teaches us to be aware every moment, to be aware of everything that is happening around us, inside us, outside us, and others. The more aware you are, that is consciousness. And in this consciousness living, parenting plays a great role. As she said, even in the year 2000, I decided no marriage, no sex. Why I should marriage? I want to become a sannyasa. Let me go to Himalayas. Let me open all my chakras and do great sadhana. But the first shock I received in Pyramid Spiritual Society is samsara and nirvana. That day I sat like this. Oh my God. and got caught. Because samsara I don't want, but the nirvana is in samsara. But I firmly believed, because no masters in pyramid society to be taken light. Everybody is enlightened masters. They may have forgotten about themselves. I bow to all the pyramid masters. I know who they are. They're all from the highest dimensions. They would have forgot themselves, but nobody is lesser. So when some pyramid master tells me samsara is nirvana, then I said, okay, let me go through it. But I tell you, after entering into the samsara, I have learned so much. Then I understood these things I would have definitely missed. And parenting, when it comes to parenting, my childhood, I clearly say, my father is all time in the business. My mother is a very innocent lady. She just let me grow however you want. It's a very unconscious parenting. I used to do whatever I want. Nobody scolds me. Nobody cares. There is restrictions. I know how to play. The babies are very, very intelligent. They understand the game plan in the house. They know what are the loopholes. They play. So the same game I used to play. But when it comes to the conscious parenting, it is not at all easy, because now we are aware that anything, everything, the seeds we put in the childhood, it affects their entire conscious, subconscious, intellectual, and soul level. So we have to be more conscious as a spiritual parenting. So I always see Patriji, what he said clearly is, do not interfere. That's a great thing. See, for example, in India, like, we interfere the kid a lot. But the same parents, when they shift to USA, can you interfere? No. You have to just leave them. Otherwise, they will just dial 911. We know that, right? So when the situation changes, the parenting changes. But why can't we do the same thing here? Everywhere. So we have to give freedom to them. Because remember, we are all meditators, we are all spiritual masters. The kids needs freedom. Freedom is not spoiled. Don't think that when we give more freedom, they will get spoiled. Nothing like that. Whatever they want to do, they will do. Whatever they are intended to be doing, they will do it. Definitely they will do it. You cannot stop, I cannot stop it. So better to be best friends. I know it is difficult, but you have to try. So they don't search outside someone to go and share things. Rather, they will come to you. So parenting, when you ask me, conscious parenting is not an easy job. And the mother has a bigger role, even the father has a bigger role. So we have to understand. The greater understanding what I have is, I have a lot of intuition and third eye. So I understand my kid. When he's undergoing something, I calm myself and look at him, what is undergoing. Yesterday he was restless. For smaller thing he started crying. Then I understood his energy levels are very low. That is the reason why he is being very sensitive. He's just crying for everything. So then I took him to me and said, are you feeling energetically low? He said, yes. And I said, nothing will happen. Tomorrow I'll spend time with you. Everything will heal. The moment I told him that his energy levels are less, he became aware of that. And instantly, everything got set. And when Samara was born, Anita and me, we were very clear. She is doing a lot of research, not me. Like connecting with every parent, connecting with ISP, and a lot of people, how to bring up the kid. And no vaccinations done for Amara. And following this, all my friends, their kids, zero vaccinations. We trust pyramids, we trust our own meditation. It is not an experiment we did on kids. 16 years, no doctor, no medicine. 18 years, no doctor, no medicine. My kid, 5.5, 6 years, no doctor, no medicine. He doesn't know how a hospital looks. He has never met a doctor. And anything, everything, we have taught him how to do the self healing. Over to Anita. I think it's better you explain.
Yeah. So vaccination actually it harms the natural immunity system of the body. So the body is a great instrument. It takes care of everything naturally. Everything is there inside naturally. But these unnatural immunizations, vaccinations is damaging the cells and the energy systems of the body. So when we both came to know about it, immediately we took a decision not to give vaccination. So how, like, for the general people, they can ask, instead of that, what we have to do. So every day from the day one, we need to take the baby into our lap, and we should meditate every day, at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes we should meditate. And pyramids are the best gift for the babies and also children, because it helps to heal themselves naturally. And also the babies are very soft, very sensitive when they are born. In the olden days, they used to tell that till 11 days, nobody should come and see the mother and baby, because their system is so open that they attract everything. Whatever the other people's blocks, unwanted things, they all attract. So they never used to allow people to meet, at least for 11 days. So we should take care of that properly. Pyramids help a lot to take care of all these energy systems. And also the mother's milk, which is fed out of lot of love, care, affection, givingness. So everything goes through that milk. So with all these four, if we follow, the baby's body will be built naturally without any medicine. They know themselves how to go inside of them, and also they can heal by themselves. Like when Amara is a little grown up, like when he's 1.5 years, like that, whenever he used to get any pain, if he has stomach pain, he just go to bedroom and take a pyramid and just close. He used to close his eyes for few seconds, only 3-4 seconds it used to heal, because they have the quick healing capacities. So, and also once he has got 103 fever, high fever. So I thought I'll give him homeopathy, but he told, Mama, I don't want any medicine. I will heal with meditation and pyramid, he told. I think at 2.5 years age, he was 2.5 years. So whole night he was just placing the pyramid on his head. He is having severe headache. So he placed his pyramid on the head, and it healed naturally. I was surprised. In 1 hour, the headache is gone, and after few hours, even the fever is gone. So natural healing system will be built without damaging the system. And as Ayappa told, from before the pregnancy itself, the soul will be with the parents, and it will be arranging the situations. I have experienced this. I want to share this. I was a non-vegetarian earlier. Before meditation, I used to take non-veg with force. So it took me 13 years to completely cleanse my body. Whenever we take non-vegetarian food, black color energies will be formed inside our body system. So it took me 13 years. Only after 13 years, I have planned for the pregnancy. So for the baby, for the higher masters to come, it, our system should be completely clear. It should be light. Then only they can enter into us. So this was my experience. And also I was like, I was feeling the baby is with me, and it is arranging all the situations I could feel. And also I was constant communication with Patriji, and he's telling me so many things during that 1 year before pregnancy and all. So all through all these experiences, I came to know before pregnancy how much work will happen. So, and during pregnancy, it's a wonderful gift to every woman. The first thing what we have to do is we have to accept that state naturally, and also welcome the baby without any discrimination. A girl or a boy, we should accept it completely with that open heartedness. And also, um, during that pregnancy, a mother can spend so beautifully with lot of music, lot of meditation, being with herself, being with the nature. Nature is a wonderful gift for us. They are so pure beings, so innocent beings, plants, animals. So when we spend with them, it, it the baby will be so happy inside, and the energy systems will be maintained. During pregnancy, we need a lot of energies for the formation. So when we do all these wonderful things like meditation, listening to music all the time, especially Hindustani music, classical music, and not rubbed up songs, soft music, and reading wonderful spiritual books like Bhagavad Gita, many